Hello everyone! Happy Friday! I'm just going to turn my music down slightly because it's really loud. Yeah, that's a bit better. Can you guys hear music this time? Because every time I do this, the music doesn't actually come through. So please let me know if you can hear the music, and if not, I'll turn it up a little bit. Looks okay now, but you can hear it. Good. Is it loud enough? Do we want it a bit louder? Music and mic. Good. Right, let me see. James, menu looks good. I'm quite excited about this one. This is one of my favourite kinds of curries, and since I found this recipe, I make it quite a lot myself, and it's so tasty. So I'm gonna do a few bits and pieces to add to it to make it a bit more interesting, but it's a good curry. Grievous Mink, hello, how are you? Nice to have you here again. Jennifer Janet, hello, hello. You can hear it, good, good, good. Good, I've just realised I've not got water, so I'm going to grab a glass of water. How is everyone today? Glad it's Friday. Oh, that's better. Not quite sure what's going on today. I mean, it looks like the world is about to end. Thank you, Grievous Mink. Cheers. Yeah, it looks like the world is about to end, but it's really warm, unless it's just because I've been running about setting up, but far too hot. So start with a drink of water, which is always good. Yeah, so if you're not sure, TGI Friday, yes, very glad it's Friday, so am I. I've spent a bit of today preparing for a very spontaneous baby shower, which is supposed to be outside because obviously it's social distanced, but it will not stop raining, so it could be an interesting one. I think we'll all be out in our waterproof trousers, umbrellas. Be good fun. Buff Bagel, hello, how are you today? Happy Friday. Perfect day for a gathering, exactly. Once we get a couple of drinks in, it will be absolutely fine. Now, Grievous Mink, that's a bit rude. I am not making pasta again. I probably won't make it again for a while. and I think we all know why. So, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm going to take the positive from that comment and say that you enjoyed. The thing is, after it all, it didn't seem as bad as it had at the time, and those raviolis were so tasty that I do think it probably was worth it. And I feel like now I've done it once, it might be easier the next time. And obviously the next time I do it, I'll stream it anyway, so you'll get a wee laugh at some point. Yeah, it was entertaining for me too. A couple of bits I was getting slightly frustrated, but right, hang on a minute. This is all getting a bit much. First thing on a Friday. Dear oh dear. Don't mention the mayonnaise. Actually, Buff Bagel, I had to be quite specific about this recipe because I thought, I use cream for it, and then I realised it's cheese anyway, so it's definitely not vegan. So I'm not claiming in any way, I don't think, did I put it? No, vegetarian pasta confetti, yes. Maybe that's a new thing. Maybe there's something you could do with that when it like just spurts out of the pasta machine like that you could maybe boil it up and stick it on some soup or something. I'm not sure. Tron, hello, how are you today? Happy Friday, Tron. I hope you're good. Right, I'm just gonna kind of slowly get started. So basically today we're making Saag Paneer, which if you're not aware of that, it is a cheese and spinach curry. It sounds bizarre because normally you'd think, why would you put cheese in a curry? It's a different kind of cheese. I would say it's maybe more like halloumi, but less squeaky, and it's got less taste. So you have to do a bit more with it to make it tasty. But with the curry sauce, it's really nice. Love paneer, me too. It was a revelation when I found that, and now it's one of my favourite curries. So I'm gonna get started and just stick the curry on slowly but surely. And to mark Sagaloo, is that the one with spinach and potatoes? Because what I quite like to do is I like to get a Saag Paneer and Bombay potatoes. I love Bombay potatoes. And then a bit of Raita, which I'm going to make today as well. And again, this probably isn't authentic Indian cooking, but I'm clearly not Indian, so it's my take on it. It's a recipe that I've got for the Thermomix, but I've adapted it obviously slightly just to do it in a pot. And yeah, I think it's tasty. So hopefully if you do try it, you'll like it as well. Happy Friday, thank you very much, Tron. I am good, glad it's Friday. I've even got a little gluten-free Indian beer for the occasion. So I'm gonna have that at some point. I'll open that. Maybe at 5 o'clock we'll do that. That seems reasonable. Most places in India and the UK aren't authentic anyhow. That's true. Although I feel like the ones in Glasgow, most of them are quite authentic. Although the dishes probably aren't overly authentic. Although we went into our local Indian. I mean, it was a good few years ago now that we went in, and my sister, who can be quite fussy with curries, she asked if she could get chips with hers, which in Glasgow is a very reasonable question, and she basically got yelled at and told that they don't have chips in India. I thought, I'm sure they've got McDonald's in India, so I think that's a lie. They do British Indo curries. Yeah, that's true. Because I think, is it the tikka masala that was actually created in Glasgow? Like, it's not an actual Indian curry at all. It's good though. When you go to India. See, I would love to go to India to try the curries, but I'm not good with spice. And I think they might just laugh at me. I'll be like, can I get like a really mild korma, please? And some yogurt for the side in case it's too hot. I'd probably get laughed out of the country. Okay, so the first thing, while my onion rolls away, the first thing I'm going to do is get a couple of spices. So we're going to go for cumin and coriander. Yeah, that's it. Apparently you don't get chips in India. Yeah, they're not shy with the spice there. Yeah, and I think I really would like to like spice more, but I struggle with it. And I mean, I'm a korma, tikka masala type of girl. I mean, I would say korma's probably my favourite. Oh my god, it's maybe not for me then. And do you like a spicy curry then? I should do a poll. If I knew how to, I should do a poll to see what everyone's favourite curry is. Because that would be quite interesting, because my uncle, he enjoys just ordering the spiciest curry that an Indian place has. And he's sitting and he's practically in tears, can't eat it. You think, where's the enjoyment in that? Specify that you want a mild one, but even then, probably it's not like my definition of mild. But I will remember that if I ever go to India, just in case. I'll be like, literally as mild as you can, please. Let me get this one set up. So as I said, this is technically a Thermomix recipe. I've not actually made it in a pot before, but what really can go wrong? But I did say that about the ravioli, so and we saw how horribly that went. So we'll see. Hopefully by the end of it we'll have a nice Friday night curry. So first of all, if you could just come out. Fowl. Well, I don't think I've even heard of that one. So what's a fowl like? Almost that. I don't get the point of that. I mean, why is that enjoyable? Like, can you actually taste anything other than just fire? I really don't understand. Right, so the recipe says ground cumin. I don't have ground cumin. I always get cumin seeds, which look, if you can see, a bit like that. And I think the smell of cumin and the taste of cumin is so good. So I just kind of give them a bit of a ground. Yeah, there was taste. Well, that's good. At least there was something to it and not just heat. It's as if they're just trying to like aim it at people who are just trying to show off. I don't get it. Well, it's hot but doesn't lose the flavour. And is it a kind of like a tomato-y based curry then, or? Because I definitely do like the more creamy ones. This one's not creamy. Well, I suppose it is a wee bit creamy. It's not overly creamy. It's more spinachy, but it's mild, especially when I make it. Right, so I've ground up some cumin. And then the goal of this is just, hopefully, just to gently toast, gently toast the cumin and the coriander in the pan, just with no oil, just a dry pan. I've not done this yet, so fingers crossed it works. And please ignore the state of my pan. Mary roots are tomato. Oh, I like ginger. If they would do that for me mild, I would be up for trying it. But I'd probably go in and be like, right, switch hot chili. Oh, yeah. See that's where I struggle. as soon as you go into the chilies, I'm like, no thanks. It's okay. I got what you meant. Yeah, so I'm quite looking forward to having a wee curry tonight. It's been a while, has it? Yeah, no, it has been a wee while. And I think because it's quite a popular, like, takeaway food, especially in Glasgow. And quite often they are quite almost competitive with how hot they can make some of the curries. But I enjoy an Indian because most of their stuff is gluten-free without trying to be, because they use so little flour, and any flour they do use tends to be chickpea flour or lentil flour. Now, chickpea flour I'm not good with either, so there are some things I can't eat, like onion bhajis and pakora, which again I think is a Scottish thing. Yeah, so I can't have any of them, but most of the curries I'm fine with. I just have to watch, obviously, that it doesn't have chickpeas in the curry. When it's either curries or kebabs. Yeah, we like a kebab here as well. But I would say, I think actually, I'm sure I saw like a survey somewhere, and it said that I think the top takeaway in, it was either Glasgow or Scotland, I can't remember which, but they said it was actually Chinese, which I was surprised at, but each to their own, I suppose. I like Chinese food, but I struggle with it because soy sauce obviously isn't gluten-free, and they put it in everything. So there's very little that I can actually eat there, unless I've got a very nice takeaway that knows me and is kind and does me something special. The smells from that already, yum. Right, so I'm just gonna it's quite a low heat that, because I don't want to burn the spices. I just want them to kind of toast slightly, because I think that's supposed to bring out some of their flavour. And then we're gonna chop up an onion and add that to it, and some garlic and ginger. And would you prefer a curry or a kebab buff bagel? Or does it depend on the day or what you've had to drink? Oh, the sun's out again. Still raining though. Oh, you're not too familiar with a curry? Oh, you need to get a curry done. Davies Mink, you need to... Outright, I promise I will put this recipe on my Discord, and you should try it because it's good. If you like a little bit of spice, then I'm sure you will love a curry. Oh, a spicy Thai dish, yes. I enjoy I think is it normally a red curry I would get, but a mild one. And I really like is it a massaman with the potatoes in it? But again, mild. And again, I need to watch because quite a lot of them put soy sauce in it. Same with that corn roast in it. Ooh. So like an actual, like a proper doner kebab, or like on a skewer. That might work for a, like almost, if you could almost shave it off actually. That's a good idea. And I think taste-wise that would probably work quite well. As long as you get you would need to do all the salads and the sauces and stuff. Oh, please let me know if you try that, because that sounds really, really nice. Corn. Yeah, it's like a meat substitute. I think it's made from, one of them's from like mycoprotein. I'm not sure what that is. Is it fun? Oh, nice. Sounds delicious. Not mushroom. Oh, even worse. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm kind of quite glad I didn't know that. I had not realised that's what it was. That's one way to put folk off eating it. I thought corn was an international thing. Oh, really? Is that because it's a weird fungus? I just found out recently that, I call it the US as well. I just found out recently that apparently haggis is banned from the US. Because I think because of, was it the lungs? They're not allowed to eat lung. Which I suppose kind of makes sense, because why would you want to eat a lung? But I was surprised that it was actually banned. I'm gonna grab some butter. Oh, so they said it was made from mushroom. Sure, that's surprising. You wouldn't think it would be banned because of that. They would think they would just maybe like make them pay a fine or something for false advertising. That's mad. But yeah, I thought that was a shame that, excuse me, while I reach over. And again. Yeah, I think that's it's a shame as well that they missed out on haggis. Are you a fan of haggis, Buff Bagel? Have you tried it? Are you doing anything? I'm not sure that's doing anything, but we'll come back to it. Right, and then I'm going to... You've made it yourself. Right, I'm going to have to come for you to you for tips, I think. So did you make the meat version yourself with all the offal and all the bits and pieces? And did you... What kind of case did you use? Did you use it like an authentic stomach, or did you use just like a sausage case? Because I'd like to try and make a vegetarian gluten-free haggis, because that doesn't seem to exist yet. You can get a gluten-free haggis or you can get a vegetarian one, but you can't get both. So I think I'm going to attempt to make that, but obviously that's going to be a lot easier than sourcing like sheep lungs and stuff. I'm not selling it well, but it is delicious. And one thing that we get up here is haggis pakora. I've tried both. Oh, nice. And does it make that much of a difference to the taste? The non-stomach way? Yeah, possibly even just from the kind of the thought of it. What was I going to say? I had something in my head, but it's gone. Yeah, I think that's kind of thinking that it's inside a stomach. It does make you feel a wee bit, do I want to eat this? Oh yes, haggis pakora. So I don't know, I think pakora I think it might be a Scottish thing. I know of a lot of people, if I order pakora, they're like, what's that? But no worries. Thank you very much for being here. Enjoy your work. And happy Friday. Yeah, so we can get a thing, and it's haggis pakora it is. So they get like a chunk of haggis, and thank you very much. I'm sure I will. I'm not making pasta and I've got a beer, so I'll be fine. Yeah, so haggis pakora is basically a chunk of haggis, and I think they coat it in like a chickpea flour batter and then deep fry it. When I could eat it, it was absolutely delicious. So if you ever get the chance to try haggis pakora, please do. Even if it's just for me. Right, so I'm just chopping up a little bit of ginger. I'm just cutting like the skin off, because I tried peeling it with a spoon the other day and I got in such a mess. So I'm just gently slicing all the wee bits of skin off. I definitely feel like the music I've chosen is a bit of a rave. And how are you today, Grievous Mink? Ready for the weekend yet? Oh, for goodness sake, why is ginger so difficult to get the skin off? Right, I'm just going to chop this up fairly finely. And then this will get added to our pot. And then I'm going to blitz it at the end, because I want it to be kind of fairly smooth. So if you've got a few chunks left, then it's not a big deal, because they will be blitzed out at the end. I'm going to get my little garlic press for the garlic. Oh, right, 70. I'm going to Google that. I can't remember what that was in 70s in Celsius. No, that's not it. Other way around. Oh, that's the perfect temperature. So that's about 21 to 25 degrees. Oh, I'm so jealous. I think it's about, hold on, I can tell you what it is in Fahrenheit. So So it's probably about 55, 60 if we're lucky here at the moment. It is horrid. So yeah, I'm quite jealous. And it's raining. It wouldn't even be so bad if it wasn't raining and if it was just a bit cooler, because you can wear a jumper or whatever, that's fine, but it's the fact that it's so rainy and horrible as well. In fact, I want to do my onions first, that was silly. Put the boiler back on. Oh no! Did you get it working again? That is not ideal, but I suppose the one good thing about that is at least you figured it out now and not like in the middle of winter when you really need it. So always look at the positive. Only some, oh dear. Might need to get somebody out about that. But yeah, at least you got it working and it's not in the middle of winter and like snowing or something outside. Right, so I've added my onions to the pan with a little bit of butter. So I'm just going to give that a bit of a mix and let the butter start to melt a wee bit. Oh, even just the smell of that. See the smell of cumin? It's just fantastic. And if you've never tried cumin, I would say please do, but you would really need to put it in something. You can't just eat the seeds because that would be weird. Just waiting to hear back from the company, fingers crossed. I will keep my fingers crossed for you. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be able to get it fixed quickly. And they shouldn't be too busy yet if it's not like, if it's only just starting to get cold again. Right, that's a bit hot. And to that, now that the butter has all melted, I'm just going to add the garlic. So that was 1 onion, 1 garlic clove. You could probably add more garlic if you want, but I'm just going to add the 1 because sometimes it can go for my stomach a bit, so I'm just going to add 1. And then that's about, where am I, about that much ginger? Something like that. Oh, apparently they're busy because of lockdown. True. That's a bummer. Hopefully you got in there early enough though that you should be okay. Right, so I'm going to leave that in there just to kind of cook off a wee bit. It's not on a high heat because I don't want to burn anything. And then I'm going to get rid of this stuff and then I can start making my naan bread dough. Great timing, it always is. And it's Friday, exactly. It could be much worse. If it comes to it, stick a jumper on, get a blanket, you'll be fine. And if you've been here before, you'll be pleased to know that I've emptied my dishwasher and I can do my dishes while I'm going. There's a first for everything. On one thing that I've heard, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but if you've got a pestle and mortar, which is this thing here, that I use to like kind of pound the cumin seeds, you shouldn't ever wash it out. You want it to kind of be seasoned by the spices that you break up in it. And I mean, I only really ever use it for cumin, really. So I just give it a quick wipe out with a kitchen towel. I heard that once and it stuck with me, so I'm going with it. Yum. I'm looking forward to this now, it smells good. So they're starting to soften up a wee bit. I'm sure Scottish hate this question, but it's Gordon Ramsay's fault. He is, yeah, I think so. I mean, I know that he does a lot of like shows in America. He doesn't do as many here now, but he is still very much a big deal over here. Although I'm trying to think, I don't actually know if he's got any restaurants in Scotland, which would seem weird because he is Scottish, but I'd need to look that up. But yeah, he's definitely a big deal here too. Taz, how are you? Good morning. Is it still morning for you? How are you this wonderful Friday? You should never wash a wok either. Ah, no, I did not realise that one. That's good to know though. I do quite often forget that I have a wok. But when I remember I've got one, I will remember not to wash it. So is it just like a quick wipe out that you do as well? I know you've caught me. I was too late thinking about it, and I thought by this point you'll have all your slots filled up. I mean, if you want, I'll stick the little banner on and it can be a wee extra one, a bonus stream. I'm sure somebody made a Saag Paneer though, did they not? I feel like I saw one, or a sag of some kind. Oh, you're joking? Oh, I'm sorry, you can slap me in the wrist for that. But I feel like your week was pretty full anyway. And do you have any ideas for the next one, Toz? Because I think Curry Week was a huge success, well, from what I saw anyway, and I absolutely loved doing it. I thought it was brilliant. Plus it gave me pretty much at all times a streamer to watch that was making curry. And I learned some really interesting new curry dishes, which was exciting. So yeah, I was a big fan. Wipe it out with oiled kitchen roll. Ah, right, I'll remember that. I wonder if that's what you're supposed to do with the pestle and mortar then. Are the themes set through September? Nice. That is some organisation. I like it. Just hope it stays that way then, and you don't get people changing their minds. Excuse me, I'm just going to get my spinach out, if I can find it all. Sorry if that's a bit loud. We need quite a lot of spinach for this one. Right. I'm assuming December will be Christmas themed. I was thinking the other day actually, it's almost time to start making my Christmas cake. Just that clever. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start making my Christmas cake soon. I checked my photos actually in my phone to see when I started doing it last year, because obviously you need to like let it mature and properly, like, you keep feeding it with alcohol and stuff, and it turned out so well. I was so pleased with it, so I'm definitely doing it again this year. But apparently it wasn't till October that I started it, but I might start it a wee bit earlier this year because I've got it in my head already. So is it a secret to us as to what the other themes are, or can you share with us? Because I would be very intrigued. Hydrate. Thank you, Dinah Doll. Did you notice I was getting slightly out of breath? And it's almost beer time. Well, I could probably get the beer out now, but... Right, so for this I need about 400 grams of spinach. So it's quite a lot of spinach. But obviously because spinach is huge and then tiny, I'll need to kind of add it in batches. So I'm just going to wash some off, add it, wash some more off, add it, wash more off, add it, until we've got enough for our sauce. Give this a good rinse, just to be sure. I'm pretty sure I get food poisoning from salad once. It was a while ago, but it's definitely made me a wee bit more wary about it. I'm gonna get a bowl, that's gonna be dripping everywhere. Oh, getting old. Sorry. Right, so this is our first lot of spinach. Just gonna add this in and let it start to wilt. So that's probably about 150 grams, something like that, and we want 400 in total. And then see, there's not a lot of steps to this, and there's not that many ingredients, which is why I like it, because you can just stick it on and then leave it to sit, and the longer it cooks, the better it tastes. And then that'll give us time to do the naan and the other bits and pieces. Another bag of spinach. Now I've got, what's 260 plus 260? 520. So I've got a bit more than I need. I've not measured anything. Yeah, I think that seems about right. I'll go with that. I can always add more at the end if I need it. Drain, drain, drain. If we get anyone in the chat who has actually tried a Saag Paneer, I feel like it's really not a particularly popular curry, but I know that in a lot of places like near here, unless you're actually vegetarian, you would never really think to eat a vegetarian curry, which I think is a shame, because sometimes they can be the tastiest. Like I love a Saag Paneer, or what's the other one called? A lentil dal. That's really nice as well. And then obviously they've got loads of nice chickpea dishes if you like and can eat chickpeas. Or Bombay potatoes, yum. Although I don't see why that would be a curry. That's definitely a side dish to a curry. Quite full on, but good. Right, that'll do us for that just now. That's quite a good amount, it just fits in my pot. Bring this over. I hope you can hear the music loud enough. I'm going to put it up a wee bit here because I can't hear it now. I always end up deafened by the music, and then I realise that you guys can't hear anything at all. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to kind of mix this through until it starts to wilt, and then we can add our cream. And then, as I said, this will just sit for a while until we do everything else. Yum. And I feel like this is probably quite a healthy curry, because there's not really all that much to it. It's mainly just spinach. And spinach makes you strong like Popeye, so that can only be good. It's wilting a wee bit. Maybe put it up a wee bit. Yeah, it's definitely rave music I've picked today. Oh, the sun's come out. Is it going to stay out? If not, we're going to get absolutely soaked later on. That does not want to wilt. Right, while it's doing its thing, I will measure our cream. So I only want 100 grams. Or 100 ml. I'm not sure which it was now, of cream. So, and then it's just going to get added to this and we'll just let it cook down. And then you'll all be pleased to hear that I'm going to make dough again. But this one is a tried and tested recipe that works. I know it works. I've done it before. So we're not going to have any catastrophes like we had on Wednesday. Although I'm quite pleased with myself that I managed to stick at it. And eventually it turned out really nice. Although I still don't understand why in the recipe they say just to boil the ravioli. But I don't know, I mean it might just be because it was gluten free, but I don't think that would have been nearly as nice. I think it was much nicer fried because then you get like a kind of crispy outside on it. Yum, can you see that now? That's all wilting quite nicely. Cook until it reduces and thickens, right. This does not seem like a lot of cream for this, but we'll go with it. So there's quite a lot of water that's come out of the spinach, but I think that'll kind of mix with the cream to form the sauce as well, so that's maybe why you don't need a lot of cream. You can smell the ginger though. Yum. Bubbling away a wee bit now. And then, yeah, so at the end of it I'm going to blitz it all together so it will come together a bit better. And you'll get like a kind of a nice, much smoother sauce. Which is the kind of sauce I like. That's why I like a korma and things like that. Because I do like a nice smooth sauce. I'm going to turn it down a wee bit and just let it sit. I'm going to keep my cream out just in case because I've got a feeling I might need more. And then while that's just chilling there on the hob, excuse me, I can start my naan breads. Now I get so excited the last time I did a shopping because so I've been eating this Alpro yogurt and I find it a little bit sweet. So I get so excited when I found that you can buy it with just Alpro plain, no sugar. So that obviously means that it's much more like a normal yogurt. But I tried to order some this week and I could only get one of them and one of these. So I'm going to try and just use this for the naan. And then I'm going to make a Raita, which is like a yogurt dip, with the one with no sugar, because I think it'll be nicer like that. Spinach disappears so fast. I know, when you think that pot was full, and there's like maybe about that much in it now, and it was full literally a minute ago. It's mad. And it's so frustrating because I really like spinach. But that's why I quite often like, if I'm just making some spinach or something that I don't need it to be fresh spinach, I'll just buy the frozen stuff because I feel like it goes a lot further. Or I quite enjoy the tins of spinach. It's quite a recent thing that I found, but sometimes if you're doing a curry or something, you probably could just use a tin, and I feel like it's a lot better value for money as well, of sauteed spinach. You get so little out of it. I made, is it eggs Florentine? Is that the one with the spinach? So I made that, and I think I had about half a bag of spinach, and I thought that looks like plenty. Made it, and there was like a tiny little lump for 2 of the eggs, and that was it. It's such a waste of time. It's so tasty, but it just seems like such a waste. Yeah, so frustrating, but it's good and it's good for you. So, but yeah, if you can, depending on what you're making, I definitely recommend just using the frozen stuff or the tin stuff. Right, I'm going to now make the dough for the naan bread. And as I said, I've done this a few times, so I am confident that it's going to go well and we're not going to end up with a situation like we did on Wednesday. I watched some of that back over the last couple of days. It was ridiculous. I cannot believe what that pasta looked like going through the pasta machine though. So bizarre. I'm going to leave that to do its thing, and I'll turn you over to this one. Don't know if you'll be able to, oh, excuse you. You can actually see in the bowl there. Just about. Right, so, do you see the song name of this one? And the band, The Diabolical Waffle? Unusual. Okay, so for this, now get a cat pacing around the floor. Hello. Right, so we want plain white flour. Oh, and we'll drop the icing sugar on the floor. Alright. Plain white flour, and then some yogurt, some olive oil, and some of our herbs and spices and things depending on what you want to put in it. So this is quite similar to, I made a flatbread. What did I make a flatbread for? I can't remember now. I've definitely made a flatbread on stream rather, and it's pretty much the same recipe, but you just adapt a wee bit what you put in, like the spices and things you put in. I'll put in a wee bit of that. So for this one, I'm going to use some coriander leaf and some gravy granules. That would be a bit strange. Some garlic granules, and then just some mixed herbs. Right, so first of all, we need 200 grams of plain flour. And I've got gluten-free plain flour. Again, I think you can use just regular flour or bread flour. Usually works quite well. But I don't have any gluten-free bread flour at the moment, so I'm just going to use this. So we've got 200 grams of that. And then I need baking powder and xanthan gum. The cat is just asking to be stood on. Oh, dearie me. The life of a cat. That's a tablespoon. I also need a teaspoon. Right, so we've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of xanthan gum. But if you're not using gluten-free flour, you don't need this part. This is just to help the gluten-free flour mimic that kind of gluten texture and bind. But as I've said, pretty much every time I use it, don't use too much, because it can make what you're eating really almost like kind of chewy. Popcorn! That's the most excited I've ever seen anyone get about xanthan gum, but I appreciate it. How are you today, Popcorn? And happy Friday. We're making curry today. We're having a wee curry night. So the curry is on. The naan is being prepared. Thank you very much. It's just something nice about a Friday. And I've even got a cheeky wee gluten-free Cobra beer to have, so I'm going to have that in a minute. Right, so to the naan, we've added our gluten-free flour, our baking powder, xanthan gum, coriander leaf, some mixed herbs. I'm going to put in some, just a wee bit of garlic granules. And some olive oil, 2 tablespoons. And as I said, depending on what you like, you can kind of mix and match the herbs a wee bit. You don't need to put in the exact same stuff as I put in. They're just the ones that I like in it. And you could, I wish I could remember what I made them for before, but I've definitely made flatbreads. And I mean, you can put different herbs in. You could even put in like chopped up sun-dried tomatoes. What else? I'm having a bit of a mind blank. Am I using any of you? I am. So that's, where are you? That's those ones there. So I've put in maybe about a tablespoon, something like that, just because I really like the taste of them. So I'm like, just fire them in everything. You can't have too many of those herbs, that's what I think. Okay, get this out the road. And then we need 200 ml of yogurt. Oh, I've used my jug already. I'll just reuse this because it was just cream that was in it before. Curry's looking pretty good already. It's definitely thickening up a wee bit. I will do, so I've done a bit of an experiment. I've tried to basically sorted the, I'm trying to sort not the US, Australia. I have sent over a package because I've got family over there. So I've sent them some to see how long it'll take to get there and that kind of thing. So far it's been 3 weeks and they've still not got it. So I'm kind of holding off to wait and see how things go, and then I'll do my research with the US, see what kind of things I need to declare and all that kind of stuff, extra customs forms and that kind of stuff, and then I will let you know definitely, because they are really nice. Not to toot my own horn, but they are really nice. Thank you, Popcorn, I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day so far. Very good. Yeah, it's a bit, it's interesting because it's the first time I've ever done anything like this. So it's definitely a learning experience, but it has been quite interesting so far. And the response has been really good. So that's always good. That's always promising. It's just that because there's sort of different rules in different places, you have to be careful and make sure you don't break any of them. I could end up in a US jail somewhere or something. And we don't need that. I love them. Thank you very much, Jennifer. I appreciate it. I think you pretty much put on everything at the moment, don't you? I'll put that down again a wee bit. Right, and now, so I'm going to get my, where's my thing, my going? My wooden spoon. Not that one. And we'll add our yogurt to this now. Every night this week. I think that's even more than me. So that's impressive. But I'm glad you're enjoying them. And it's funny because they were originally sort of made for people with allergies and intolerance and stuff, because that's kind of my life. Like, I know where people are coming from if they've got those kind of things. But it's been really interesting to see how many people that don't have any intolerances still really enjoy it. How much yogurt? So 200 millilitres of natural yogurt, and I use just like a vegan yogurt just because that's the one that I eat at the moment. But you could just use a regular one. So 200 grams of flour, 200 millilitres of yogurt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then just whatever herbs and spices and things you want. So we're just going to give this a good mix to get it to come together. I'm going to use a spoon to begin with so I don't have to get my hands really messy straight away. And this will make, I would say if you're making naan bread with this, I would say it makes 2 good sized naan breads. You could make 4 smaller ones, but I like to have, if I have my curry, I usually just have it with this. But if you were doing some rice, you could do smaller ones and have a little bit of this and some rice as well. That still seems quite wet. I might need to add a wee bit more flour, because you just want it just sticking together. And obviously the flour is the one thing I've put away. So yeah, I'm just going to add a tiny bit more flour just to try and get it to stick together a bit more. So that's maybe just another tablespoon, but I've done it before where I've not had to add anything else. So I think it just depends on the day. Right, we're just going to get our hands in now. You get a better feel for dough anyway, I think, if you just get stuck in with it. Yeah, that looks better now. And then, so this was quite interesting. We did a bit of research on Wednesday with the dough. So apparently you do not need gluten-free dough because there's no gluten to activate it, and that's what you need it for. As long as you've got a good mix, then you should be okay. So I would say that looks pretty good. So that's what we're left with, and very doughy hands. Got our ball of dough, and you can see all the spices and things in there. So I'm just going to leave this to sit. Again, I'm not sure if you need to let it rise, because I don't think I've ever made a gluten-free dough where it's actually risen. But I'm just going to leave it to the side anyway. And then, so what I'm going to do to serve with the curry is, I think it is a Scottish thing. I meant to Google it before I came up. I didn't. No, I did not need to need. That could get quite confusing. No need to need. Oh, it's the little things, isn't it? It really is. Yes, I think I'm going to do a couple of like kind of dip sauce type things with them, and one of which is spiced onions, which I think they are a Scottish thing, maybe even a Glasgow thing, because I remember I went out for dinner recently with, well, it wasn't even that recently, it was before lockdown, so at the start of the year I went out for dinner with some girls from England, and even they didn't know what spiced onions were, which I was surprised at. So I've got a feeling that they are maybe just a Scottish thing, but I find them really nice. When you're making them, they do sound a bit strange because it's some strange ingredients. So again, I doubt this is authentic. I think this is probably something that we've made up. But so basically you want to get an onion, quite a big onion, depending on how much you want. I'll do a big onion. And then we're going to finely chop it up. And then the sauce is made from tomato ketchup and mint sauce. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think mint sauce might just be a British thing as well. Previous Mink, do you get mint sauce? It kind of looks like that. Can you see that? So it's literally just, is it mint? It's mint in sort of vinegar that we use on, if we're having like a roast dinner, roast, is it pork? No, roast lamb, you would have mint sauce. I think it's a British thing. And that seems to be the sauce for the spicy onions. It's all making sense now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, so basically it's a chopped up onion with some mint sauce and some tomato ketchup. Sounds bizarre, but it's really, really tasty. And it's 5 o'clock, so I'm gonna get my beer out. It's for the occasion. I've even got a wee Indian beer. So that was quite exciting, a wee gluten-free Indian beer. Not heard of it. Yeah, I do wonder, because it is. I've got a feeling it is quite a British thing, but if you find it, do try and make these because they are really nice, and you could probably kind of top them on a load of things, but I really like them on a curry. Cheers, everyone. Ooh, very nice. That'll go nice with the curry later. Right, so I'm just gonna finely chop this up. Well, it's quite similar to that, but it's just a bit more saucy, I suppose, because it's sauce rather than jelly. But yeah, it's just a bit thinner and not quite as sweet. It's more, it's not even really sour, but it's more kind of tangy than sweet. Because we sometimes get mint jelly as well, but I do prefer the mint sauce. Cheers, Dynadol. It's one of those days, I think. Yeah, it's 5 o'clock. Let's have a beer. I feel like I've earned it today. Not that I've really done all that much, but yeah. And it took me a wee while to realise that I don't know. I think I always just thought that there was more to spiced onions. I mean, there maybe is if you buy them like from an Indian takeaway, but we've made them like this quite a lot now, and I think they taste quite similar. And sometimes if you buy spiced onions from the carry-out, they actually add food colouring. Exactly. And that's where I am, luckily enough. So it would be rude if I didn't. Yeah, so they actually, for these onions, they actually add red food colouring to it, which I really don't understand. I don't get why. What's the need? Like, I don't know why that makes it more appealing. If anything, it makes it look more kind of fake and artificial. So I thought that was a bit strange when I found that out, because I assumed that was some kind of ingredient that I was missing, because I wasn't getting that like bright red colour. Apparently it's food colouring, which makes sense, but why? Why would you do that? I'm just gonna chop this up nice and fine. What time did you say it was where you are, Grievous Mink? Are you still quite early? I need to get like a world clock or something up here so that I know. That'd be quite handy. 11 AM. Yeah, it's maybe a wee bit early for a beer. Maybe have lunch first and then. Right. That makes sense. 6 hours. And where is it you're based? So I can make a mental note that I know for next time and I don't need to ask you every time. Oh, that's a strong onion. I can feel that going for me a wee bit. Woo. I'm normally really good with onions because of my contact lenses. They don't upset me at all unless it's a really strong one. And this is a really strong one. Oof. I'm just so pleased that today's a nice easy one, and I know that it's gonna work. But I'm not even gonna lie. I only made half of the ravioli dough on Wednesday, and when I finished I thought, right, maybe tomorrow, because it was so tasty, I thought maybe tomorrow I will use the rest of the dough and make some more ravioli. Still in the fridge. I have not done anything with it yet. I keep thinking I could maybe just make like regular pasta, and then I wouldn't have to do all the filling and like make the filling and all the bits and pieces. But I've not got around to it yet. And the pasta machine has gone straight back in the cupboard. Oh. So I've made quite a lot of these. I won't be able to eat that many at one time, but they keep for quite a wee while, so I'm sure I'll find other things to put them on. Okay, is that okay? It's a bit bright, but oh, for goodness sake. Right. And then I'll just finish preparing this and let it sit. Just gonna get rid of my rubbish. Having socially distanced visitors after the stream, so I don't want the kitchen to be a complete disaster. That's a bit better. I'll show you that in a minute because it's looking a very interesting colour. Right, so I don't actually have measurements for this. I tend to just kind of keep adding until it looks the right colour. So we're just going to go with that and see how we get it. Hello, Al. Oh, Ali. Oh, no, Ali. Oh, for goodness sake. And that's after one sip, Ali. Thank you. That's much better. How are you, Ali? Happy Friday. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I'm not great with the whole pronunciation. So that's what the mint sauce looks like. Can you see that? So it's quite thin, or it's a lot thinner than the mint jelly, but it's a lot more intense, I find, the flavour. So good. So it does seem like a very strange combination, but do trust me, it works well. And it's quite good because it gives the Saag Paneer a wee bit of colour. Add a bit more ketchup. How are you today, Ali? Where are you having a good day? Have you had a good day? Depending on what time it is where you are. Anything nice planned for your Friday evening? Oh, the smell of this already smells fantastic. Yeah, so this is a kind of, almost a kind of browny colour, which you would expect when you mix red and green. But then when you buy it at the takeaways here, it's literally bright red. So not even ketchup red, it's more like neon red. It's like that colour there. That just looks red, but it's like neon red. It's horrible looking. So this is what I say, or what I think it should look like. And then this just makes a nice topping to the curry. The name of this food. So this, what I'm making just now, these are spiced onions, which I need to actually find out, but I think it might be a Scottish accompaniment to an Indian curry. Because here in Scotland we love Indian curries, so there's a lot of sort of Indian takeaways and stuff, and I'm pretty sure this is a Scottish thing. And we're making it to have with our Saag Paneer, which is a spinach and cheese curry. And it's not like cheddar cheese, it's actually it's like a kind of a harder white cheese. I'll show you in a minute when I start frying it off, but it's really, really nice. You need to kind of use a bit of spice with it, but if you spice it up properly, it's really tasty. Oh, I need a wee drink. And then with the curry, we're going to make, well, we've started making naan. So we've got our dough. Too many things in my hands. So we've got our dough here for our naan bread. So that's kind of like a flat bread. And I've put some garlic powder, some coriander, a few different herbs and spices in there. And we'll roll that out and fry it off when we're closer to being ready. And then we've got our saag part of the paneer. So so far it's just onions, garlic, ginger, cumin, coriander, spinach and cream. And then we'll blitz that up, add a bit of seasoning, and then we can put it all together. So I'm going to tidy up a wee bit, and then we can probably do the Raita next, and then I can start looking at the naans. I really like this recipe because I think you always think that curries are going to take a really long time, but with this one you can see that actually they don't have to take a lot of time. Obviously the more time you take with it, the more flavour you can get in it and stuff, but this is quite a simple one, so you don't actually need, well, as far as I think, you don't actually have to kind of cook it for just as long. Looks relish so far. Hopefully not, that'd be a bit weird. Right, so Raita is, nearly knocked my light over. It is an accompaniment that basically is used to cool down a curry. Well, it is for me anyway. Delish. So as I was saying, I'm not a big fan of a really spicy curry. So if I get a curry, I tend to have a mild one, or I'll get some of this yogurt dip with it, and then I can mix it in with it, and it just brings the spice down a bit. Damn autocorrect. I enjoyed the relish, so that sounds much better. Maybe if I was doing a burger or something. Oh, hydrate, thank you. Water or beer though, Jen? Which would you prefer? I'll give you the choice since you've used your points. Oh, one of each. Shall we go for one of each? Oh, alright, okay. Well, cheers. I hope you'll all have a beer later. Maybe not right now if it's 11 o'clock, but a wee beer later would be quite nice. That's nice. It is Friday. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much for your follow, Ali. Much appreciated, and it's lovely to have you here. You're going to have a gin. What now? I mean, it's, well, fair enough. It seems quite early for a gin, but each to their own. I think if I had a gin now, I wouldn't be able to cook my dinner and I'd be asleep in about half an hour. So I'll stick to the beer for the moment. Later, yeah. That's maybe a better idea. Get some food in your stomach first. I just thought that it had to be done, that I've got a nice sweet Indian beer to go with my Indian curry. Right, so I have seen Raita being done quite a few different ways. I kind of thought it was just basically yogurt and a bit of cucumber, because obviously cucumber is quite kind of cooling, I suppose. Because you put it, that's a strange connection, but the thing I just thought was you put it on your eyes to cool your eyes down, so you could put it in your yogurt to cool the curry down. Seems like a long, what's the word? Convoluted connection? I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, I've seen it before and it's been done and it's had like pomegranate seeds and all sorts of things in. And I've actually had ones where it's spicy, and my whole point of asking for it is that it cools the curry down. And if the Raita's spicy as well, I think that's not what this is for. So the way I do it is I grate up some cucumber, and then you'll want to kind of squeeze the water out, because obviously if you put it in as it is, it will make the yogurt quite watery. So once you've grated it, give it a good squeeze out, because you'll get quite a lot of water out, because it is mainly water that's in cucumber. So we'll give this a squeeze out in the sink. Try not to spill it all over the place. And just try and get as much water out as you can. Yeah, there's quite a lot coming out of that. Put it all over my hands now. Okay. Squeeze it out there, there's only a wee bit extra. And then to that, I'm going to add maybe about 200 mils or so of yogurt. But again, just as much as you're going to eat. I really like Raita, so I tend to put quite a lot of it on whatever I'm eating. So I'll probably make up quite a bit, because it will get eaten. I keep thinking, oh, it's dry again, we might be okay for later, and then the heavens open and it starts raining again. But we have a gazebo, so we have some kind of cover. Hopefully it'll be okay. Right, so I'm going to use this one. This is the plain no sugar, because I find that if I make a yogurt dip with just the plain one, it's definitely a bit sweeter than I would like it. So with this, I'm going to use this one just because I think it tastes nicer with a curry, because you don't really want any kind of sweetness, I would say, in your curry. So over a wee bit. And then I'm just going to add this. I don't think it's necessary, but when I'm making it, I like to add some more ground cumin, mainly just because I absolutely love the taste of ground cumin, and I think it works really nicely in here. So you want it to be quite thick. Can you see that? That's quite thick with the cucumber in. So that's kind of what you want. And then we'll do some more ground cumin and add that as well. Oh, and I'll try not to fall over the cat. They're not very happy with my streaming setup. I am, but they're not. Get my wee pestle and mortar out again. And you don't need a huge amount. So I'd say maybe just about a teaspoon. You bet for luck. Don't know if that's like an old saying, one more for luck, but I definitely do kind of live by that rule. No matter what it is I'm doing, one more for luck. And then just kind of pound that up to break it up a wee bit and make it more like ground cumin rather than the cumin seeds. Yeah, so you want it to look a bit like that. And then we're just going to add that in. I needed to be careful there because I also have caraway seeds in beside the cumin seeds, and that's a very different taste. It's not one I'm a big fan of. I'm sure I bought them for something in particular. It's not my cup of tea because it's almost kind of that aniseedy, licorice way, which I don't like. And then you just mix that through, and then you've got your Raita. Oh, there we go. So that's our two wee kind of dips, side dishes. And I'm sure it is a fairly common thing, but quite often with an Indian we will have poppadoms with it, which are just grab them. Which are these things here. Oh, I've got too many things in the way of the camera. So these are like big, almost like big crisps. So they come in kind of round shapes normally, and they're quite crispy, and you use them to dip in the spicy onions, and it's lovely. But I need to watch because quite often they're made with chickpea flour, and obviously because I can't have chickpea flour, I need to be careful. But these ones are made with lentil flour. Poppadoms. That's how I would spell it, poppadoms. But they spell it papadums. I've got no idea what the correct way of spelling it is, but I would have said poppadoms, like you did. In fact, I can keep these out because we'll have these with them. Right, let's stick these out the road. Oh, I feel like I'm actually on top of the dinner for lunch tonight. It's quite exciting. Just pop a couple of bits away and then I will be back. Right, I think what I'm going to do now is we'll have a wee look at the curry and see how it's doing. So it's turned the cream nice and green. And I think what I might do is I might blitz it up now, and then we can see what we want to add to it. If we want to add, if we need sort of salt and pepper, seasoning, different things. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. So I think everything should be soft enough. Yeah, let's do that. There we are. I'm going to make a bit of space and break all my poppadoms in the meantime. Right, hang on. I need to figure out what's plugged in here. Right, I don't need that one. Is it just me, or is that always the problem? Like, I have no plugs left. Stuff plugged into everything. Right. So this is going to be interesting for me because normally I would sort of blitz this up or similarly in my machine, but I wanted to try and do it without using the machine to see how well it works just on a pan, because obviously if you don't have one of the machines, then it's a good recipe to be able to make without it. I'm going to mute my mic very quickly because I think this could be quite loud, so I will be on mute for a minute or two and then I will be back. There we go. Look how green that is. And it's literally luminescent. I need to get me one of those hand blenders. Yeah, you should do. I would definitely recommend it. And I think you can get them fairly cheaply. I mean, I've had this for a really long time, so I can't even remember how much it was, but I'm sure you'd be able to get one. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to guess at how much they are, but I'm sure they're quite cheap. And they are really good for that kind of thing. Or like if you're making soup or something, it's good to kind of just blitz it up like that and you get it nice and creamy. And that's what I want from a sauce. I'm not a fan of chunky sauces. I much prefer smooth sauce. So it's a winner for me. Right, let's see. I mean, how good does that look? Yum! It almost looks fake because it's so green. But I promise you that is actually the colour it is in real life. There are no filters on it. Right, so I'm going to try a wee bit. Checking that is, yeah, I've definitely put the right one back on. I'm going to try a wee bit and see what seasoning we need to add to it. Hopefully not too much, but we'll probably need a bit of salt and pepper. Matcha latte. I think they would get a horrible, horrible shock. Although to be honest, I've never tried a matcha latte, so maybe it's quite similar. It's quite gingery, so maybe there's a hint of kind of ginger in a matcha latte. Good morning, Sarah. How are you today? Nice to see you. Happy Friday. I'm so gutted, Toz. I can't believe no one made a Saag Paneer. So sad. Now I would say that's fairly close. I don't think it needs a lot. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Just some white pepper. And a little bit of lemon juice. Matcha latte is a good winter warmer. See, I think it's got caffeine. I'm fairly sure it's caffeinated, so I don't think I can have it. I've never seen a decaf matcha latte. If I find one, I would try it. Oh, I've got a horrible feeling I've put too much lemon juice in there now. I got a wee bit ahead of myself. I'll be so upset if it's too lemony now. No, we're okay. Whew. That was a bit of a panic. So, although, did I put any spice in that? No. No, so although there's absolutely no spice in that, there's only ginger, cumin and coriander, so it's not like chili spicy or hot spicy, but it's got a bit of a wee kind of burn. I mean, probably if you like spice, you'd be like, there's nothing spicy to that at all, but for me, that's quite a nice burn. And if you like it spicy, you can add some hot sauce or something to it. And I think that's enough, because you want to suit everybody. Right, so that's our curry sauce done. And it definitely does look radioactive. And then I think the next thing I'll do is I'll roll out the naan. In fact, no, I'll chop the paneer. I'll chop the paneer first, because then I can use my mat to roll out the naan. And then I can show you, whoever doesn't know what paneer is, what it looks like. Right, so this is paneer cheese. So it looks a bit like feta in the packet, but it's definitely, I would say, a bit more like halloumi because it's a bit more solid. And I don't think I've had it in anything other than a saag paneer. I found a recipe for one, and it was more of a tomato based curry, which looked really, really nice. So I might try that at some point, but at the moment I'm quite happy with the spinach. Tired. Oh, insomnia hit you last night. Oh no, that is not enough sleep. Oh, well, I hope you get a bit of a better sleep tonight when it comes. Have you got time for a nap or anything? Probably not. Oh, there's nothing worse than not sleeping enough. I'm one of these people that I really ideally need sort of 8 hours of sleep, or I'm not fully functional. I get so jealous of these people who can sleep like, a bit like Chef Tony, how he can sleep like 3 hours and that's him, he's done. That is not me. So that's what it looks like. So it's quite solid. It doesn't really smell of much. It's not got that much of a flavour, but it's quite a good like carrier for the curry sauce. Same. Yeah, it's a struggle. I feel you completely. But yeah, you don't need them to be up at 6 o'clock all hyper. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm gonna do really big chunks, I think. So obviously you could cut this however you like, but I quite like doing it in kind of big chunks. And then you get quite a bit of sort of surface area to get nice and crispy in the pan. And have you got a busy day today, Sarah? Are you able to take it a bit easier? Hopefully it's not too busy. Right, I'm going to pop my cheese over to the side just now. And then we can have a wee look at the naan. I'm confident in my naan though. It's not ravioli. Much better. Okay. So yeah, as I said, I have never really been aware of gluten-free dough proving or growing or ever really doing what it's told. So I would say that still looks exactly the same as it did before. But I'm okay with that. That's how I'm used to it being, so. Normal day. Oh. Yeah, that's full on. Oh. Well, hopefully it goes in quite quickly and then you're home and you can chill out tonight and have a quiet one. We've decided, when was it? Just last night, I think, that I'm assuming she's not here because I don't think she knows I'm on Twitch. But that one of our friends from school, she is expecting her first baby, and so we're going to throw her a bit of a social distanced baby shower tonight. And we decided this last night. So it's been a bit of a mad rush to try and get things organised, and it's outside because there's a few of us and it's raining and it's cold and it's windy, so that's going to be my evening. I'm sure it'll be good fun, but it would just be a bit nicer if it wasn't such miserable weather. Right, so I've just floured the board a wee bit, and myself, as always. And with this, I know that would be it if it could even just stop raining. Although to be fair, I think because we've got like a cover, if it would be less windy, I think that would be okay, because I'm worried things are going to blow about. And at least then we're covered from the rain, but exactly, the cold, we can deal with the cold. We're in Scotland, we're used to the cold. But yeah, it's not going to be the nicest. Right, so popping these into 2 chunks, and I'm going to make 2 quite chunky naan breads. Because we're not having rice or anything with it, I think you want a slightly bigger naan. I'll just grab my rolling pin. And then you want to make this a kind of, out the road, almost like a kind of oval shape. It feels still quite wet, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Oh, Johnny. Thank you very much, Johnny, and welcome everyone who's just come from Johnny's channel. Were you gaming? What were you up to, Johnny? And did you have a good stream? I feel like now you could probably do with a curry after a bit of gaming. Thank you very much, Johnny. Much appreciated. Just to make you all hungry, I am making curry tonight. Curry, homemade naan, some Raita and some spicy onions. You might actually be able to help me with some of the background for this. Apex, don't normally stream it. It's not one I know of. I'm not much of an expert when it comes to games, but as long as you enjoyed it. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So did you have a good stream? Did you enjoy it? I'm not quite sure what's going on with my music, but I think we're having a bit of a curry raid here. Rave? A curry rave, rather. But yes, you might be able to help. Are spicy onions, is that a Scottish thing? Or is that an Indian thing? Stress levels are down. Well, that's good for the moment. Oh no. Hopefully you'll have a bit of time before they're back. Any sign of them moving out, or are you stuck with them for a bit longer? I'm not giving myself enough space here. So these are my homemade naans for everyone who's just joined. These are gluten-free naans made with flour, yogurt, a little bit of baking powder, some olive oil, some herbs and spices, some coriander. I have to pass on the onion. Do you not like spicy onions? I'm wondering if they are actually an Indian thing, because I can't, like, the way I make them is with mint sauce and ketchup, and I can't see that that's an Indian thing. That definitely feels like a Scottish thing. 7 to 10 days. Oh, at least there's hopefully end in sight. Yeah, no. It's funny because they do sound really strange, but if you try them, I promise they are really nice. It just sounds like a very strange combination. And I wouldn't, no, that's a lie, I would actually just eat them on their own. But if you add them to the top of the curry, it's really nice. So I'll show you for the people who've just joined. This is what our curry sauce is looking like so far. So it's very green because it's mainly just spinach. So in here we've got, what have we got? Cumin, coriander, onion, garlic, ginger, cream, spinach, salt, pepper and lemon juice. So very good for you, very green. And we're gonna have that with the paneer cheese. It does look a bit Shrek-like. A bit like Shrek's swamp maybe. And then to have with that, I'm going to fry off this paneer cheese, which in the camera looks a bit like butter, but it's almost like halloumi, but doesn't taste as strong and isn't as squeaky. So it's really nice for if you've got like a nice curry sauce, it goes really well with that. Plus the homemade naans, and we've got our spicy onions, which are great, and I've made a raita, which is just yogurt, cucumber and some cumin. But I'm going to get a bigger pan. Ooh, and try and not deafen you all. Even that, I don't think they're both going to fit in, but... Right, what am I doing first? I'll do the naans first. So you just want a dry pan for the naan. Yeah, I don't think I've made this a few times, and I think that's the most green it's ever been. And I'm complaining, because I mean, if you look at that, it looks like it should be good for you. Oh, plus, I'm switching my cameras all over the place. Plus I've got a cheeky wee gluten-free Cobra, so an Indian beer to go with my curry, because it's Friday after all. Can't beat it. Life could be much worse, eh? Cheers. Cheers, Johnny. I hope you've got something for tonight. You might need it once your parents appear back. Okay. That's a good excuse. I like it. So what's your drink of choice normally? But yeah, you can normally guarantee a good night's sleep if you've had a couple of drinks. going to use a little slicer thingy just to help me get these off the... Oh, please get off. So that stuck a wee bit more than I would like. I'm going to change this music. This is terrible. Hold on. I don't know what that is, but that is not good. Let's get some. Love Brewdog. Yes, they do. They do one gluten-free beer, I'm sure. And I'm sure it is nice. I can't remember what it's called though. Nice IPA. Nice. I'm sure Stella will do it as well. We're not known to be fussy as a lot up here, so. I'm not normally a beer drinker at all, but I just thought with a curry, a wee cobra, that would go quite nicely. Is that going to... No, we're okay. I was worried that was stuck. It's wet, we're... Exactly. We are not known to be fussy. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my wee beer, enjoy my curry, enjoy... I still can't believe you don't like spiced onions. So disappointed. Are you a curry fan in general? Thank you for the lurk, Sarah. I hope you have a good day at work, and I hope you make it through today okay. That's not going to fit in there. I could live off curry. Me too. I absolutely love curry. I think because there are so many different kinds of curry that how could you possibly get bored of it? I'm going to change the shape of this one slightly so that I can fit it in the pan. Now these have been better. I maybe could have made them a bit smaller, but I'm greedy, so yeah. And that's it, I think you could have curry pretty much all the time, and each time be having something different. Plus, I think out of all of the carry-outs, Indian's probably one of the most healthy. I think. Yeah. We're going to go with that. But it is quite healthy. Healthier than a chippy anyway. Right, so what we basically want to happen here, I'm slightly concerned it's not going to happen now, but we want there to be bubbles coming out. So if we could keep our fingers crossed, I've not got the best track record with dough this week, but I'm not losing hope just yet. Depends on the Indian. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you order from a good Indian, it's probably a bit healthier. Out of beer, no problem. Get the beer situation sorted. I'm not seeing bubbles yet. So not. Oh, there's one there. So basically, I'm not really sure how I'm sure there is some kind of scientific explanation for the bubbles, but basically you want the bubbles to come up, and then you know that it's starting to cook on the other side, and you flip them over, and then you just want a bit of colour on each side, and then to obviously be cooked through. And hopefully, because there's quite a lot of yogurt in it, it should be quite fluffy. That's the plan anyway. So we will see, but at least they don't seem to be sticking to the pan, which is a good sign. But I would like some more bubblage if possible, and this will give me a second just to clear away a few bits and pieces, just get back on top of my kitchen. It's always nice to have a clean kitchen when you're cooking. Not that I would know. Oh, that's it. I've got like my own personal alarm clocks here. It's 10 to 6, and at 6 o'clock the cats get fed, and they have both just appeared home and are now sitting looking at me. So that's when you know that it's nearly 6 o'clock, because you've got 2 cats watching you. We're getting a bubble. Can we see the bubble? Yay! All is not lost. Right, and then once we've done the naans, we'll do the cheese, and then that's pretty much us. It's just a case of plating it all together. I see you. I know. Oh, no problem, Grievous Mink. Thanks for being here again. I hope you have a good day and a good Friday and a good weekend. And I will see you hopefully on, what day is it? It's Sunday. Thank you again for being here. See you soon. Right. I don't know how I do it. Every single time I come on here, I end up with flour everywhere. I'm gonna get it all tidied up. I actually watched a doing the dishes stream. Well, it wasn't the whole thing, wasn't doing the dishes. It was Sarah, I don't know if she's lurking, I think. And she ended up doing the dishes for about an hour, and it was probably the most therapeutic thing I've seen in a long time. And it's funny because I hate doing the dishes, so I thought, why on earth would I want to watch someone else do their dishes? But it was just so relaxing. Hydrate, right? Hydrate with what? Water or beer? I should put that in, that you need to specify. If you say hydrate, which would you like? I'm only taking wee sips of the beer, or I'd end up not actually being able to finish my dinner. Just in case anyone's worried. Beer. I don't even know why I asked. That was so obvious. Cheers, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope everyone is having a good Friday, wherever you are. And whatever time it is, if it's beer o'clock or if you're at work. So there's definitely not as many bubbles in this as I would like. And it does look a bit different. I don't know if it's maybe because I've used a different yogurt, but we'll continue to go with it. It's possibly because I used the yogurt that has a bit of sugar in. Cheers! I promise I don't drink all the time. It's just because it's Friday and my beer works with my meal. I think I might need to put this up a wee bit. So these normally look nice. I'm not quite sure what's going on with them. I'm not sure. But we'll leave them to it for a bit. And then we're going to fry off our cheese. And it just goes a really nice kind of golden brown colour, which is really good. And it's just slightly crispy. So with the sauce, it's really, really nice. And you could obviously serve this with rice if you wanted. Or, I said before, you could make 4 of these and just make them slightly smaller and do a little bit of rice with it and a bit of naan. Or just rice. I quite like it with a bit of naan. And I feel like I had risotto for lunch and risotto for dinner last night, so I was a bit riced out. I thought, no, we'll go naan for a wee change. They're not sticking, but they're not bubbling either. Let's try go a bit hotter and see if that makes a difference. And I tasted the curry earlier on, and it tastes really nice, if I do say so myself. And I just added a bit of seasoning and some lemon juice, so it's all good to go. And then we've got our little dips here. So we've got a Raita, which is just yogurt, cucumber and cumin. And I use it anyway to sort of cool down curries. And although this isn't a spicy curry, I just quite like a little bit of yogurt on top. I think it just adds something nice. And the spicy onions, which are one of my absolute favourites. And that's just a chopped up onion with some ketchup and mint sauce, which sounds very bizarre, but I promise you it's really nice. I think this is too hot now. These are looking really odd, and I don't know why. I think they're maybe too wet. I need to stop playing with them, but I'm impatient. Woo. Right, I'm just going to leave them and just stop playing about with them. That's what you get for being impatient. So I've made these a few times. I've made them as flatbreads as well. So you can make them just as flatbreads and add different things. You could add cheese and sun-dried tomatoes, or you can just add some different herbs. So it's quite a handy recipe that you can just kind of adapt depending on what you're looking for. But I do think they're nicest as naan bread, and gluten-free naan bread isn't the easiest thing to get. And I find that even the ones in the shop, they're not overly kind of fluffy, and you want a fluffy naan. I mean, these aren't as fluffy as a regular naan would be, just because you can't, well, I've not figured out how to actually get that to work yet with the gluten-free flour. But I would say they're pretty close. Normally, they don't look it today, but normally I would say they're pretty close. They're making me nervous. I don't know why it might be rice after all. We'll see. I think what I might do is I might take the sauce off and get another pan and do the paneer at the same time, because this will stay warm for a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And then everything will be ready about the same kind of time. And I've got another pan that I can use. Sorry. I'll just get a wee bit of oil. So that's probably about a tablespoon of oil. And then just a kind of a medium heat. And then we're going to add our weird looking cheese to that and fry it off. So just get a wee bit of heat in that, and they go at such a nice kind of golden brown colour. I've not had this in a while. It's one that I make, if we fancy a curry, this is the one that I make. I don't really make any other curries, because I would say this is probably my favourite. And I find as well sometimes with other curries, like if you have, say, a korma or a tikka masala, or what other ones are there? A buna, they're not quite as tasty if you don't use meat. Like if you use some kind of vegetarian substitute, I don't think they're nearly as tasty as if you had meat. But this one is an actual vegetarian curry, so I think it works really well being vegetarian. So if you're going for a vegetarian curry, I would suggest this one. These are looking very odd. Well, I'm kind of glad previous Minx away, because she would just be making fun of me just now. They would just be really. It did not go well on Wednesday the last time I tried to make dough, and I feel like I'm failing again today. Oh dear. I'll get a little little tongs or something. We can start doing our cheese. I'm concerned it is the yogurt that I've used. Who knows? And then we're just going to kind of fry these off slowly, and you'll want to keep turning them to try and get sort of colour on all the sides. What else do I need? Get a wee plate out. Get any coriander, quite nice on top. A wee bit of coriander, a wee bit of butter. Oh, so that's going mental already. Ooh, calm down, calm down. So you can see that that's, oh, come on, so it's getting a nice bit of colour already. And that's basically what you want. It's just a kind of golden colour on each side, and try and not get splashed with the oil. Oh, come on. There we go. So at least that looks quite nice. Okay, shall we try turning these again? See what they look like on the other side. I mean, at least they're cooking all the way through, but they do still look a bit off. We'll see. We're not going to judge too early. And anyone in the chat, please let me know what your favourite curry is, because I would quite like to try and expand my curry repertoire. So if you have a favourite curry, and even if you make it yourself and it works well, please do let me know, because I would like to try and make some different curries, because I do feel like I could be a bit more adventurous with them. So some suggestions would be much appreciated. Right, I'm going to try and... These tongs! Oh! One of these days I'm going to get new ones. So that's quite a hot pan. So I've turned it down a wee bit because it was getting a bit too brown too quickly. I'm going to turn them all over to get colour on the edges, because you want them sort of crispy on all the sides. Go. And as you can see, this does not take long to cook at all. So it's quite a handy one to do it if you just want a quick curry. Because the sauce did not take long either. And if you're able to use gluten, like normal gluten full flour, the naan will be much better as well. So it's a win-win. Or win-win-win, I suppose. Come on. After it being too hot, it's now too cool. Nice. Right. I don't know what to do with these. They look very odd. I'm sure they'll be fine, just to dip in. That one's getting no colour to it at all. Oh, that's so disappointing. This is a problem with gluten-free baking. I suppose that is baking. It's just, you feel like you put so much effort into it. And I still feel like I have so many fails. And you get so frustrated because you think that was such a waste of time and ingredients. And even with this one, this is a recipe that, I mean, I've made it maybe 5 or 6 times before, and every time it's worked. And then you'll just get one time where it's like, nope, not today. And there's nothing you can do about it. Apart from give up and make some rice. Right, I would say this is nearly done. And then it's just the naan to contend with. And once this is done, I'll probably stick the sauce back on the heat just for a minute or two, just to make sure it's nice and warm through. And then I've got some coriander to have with it. I'm just going to check all the sides, but I've put it up a wee bit again because it was a bit low. We're getting there. With the cheese anyway. The naan, I feel like it's a bit of a lost cause already. Right. I've got my bowl ready. I've got all my bits and pieces sorted. Oh, poppadoms. I can't forget them because they are delicious. Put them there. So they're like almost like really big crisps. In fact, I wonder if I've got any mango chutney. I think I might do, because mango chutney with them is really nice. I'm gonna see if I've got any of that in here somewhere. Lime pickle, that is not the same. Oh! Mango chutney. Nice. I know exactly where you're coming from, Johnny. My two are literally sitting around trying to trip me up because they get fed at 6 o'clock. Oh, thank you very much, Dinah Doll. That is much appreciated. Welcome to the confetti clan, Sarah. Oh, forwarding the gift. Nice. I love it when that happens. That makes me very happy. I think she's lurking, but I'm sure she'll see it at some point. Yes, I've managed to find mango chutney as well, which is, I mean, I don't even know what else is in it. It's sugar, mango, salt, and spices. And it's really nice for the poppadoms as well. So I'm going to do a wee plate with some dips for the poppadoms, and then do the curry with the naan. We'll see how that turns out. With the naan and some yogurt on top. So it should look quite nice. Right, that's going off. And now we need to try and... I really don't understand why it's so wet looking. Do you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to try a bit and see what it's like, and maybe remake them. Does that seem excessive? But I've got a feeling it's because I used the weird yogurt, the sweet one, because it smells sweet. It almost smells like popcorn. And that's really not what you want. Nah, it's not cooked either. It's not terrible. It smells sweeter than it tastes. I just wish it looked nicer. It's quite disappointing looking. I don't know. I'm too indecisive for these things. I think they'll be okay. I think with everything else, there's a hint of sweet, but not really enough. And you can, sorry, I'm waving my slicey thing about. You can get a curry with a Peshwari naan. I don't know if you're a fan of a Peshwari naan, Johnny, but you can get a Peshwari naan, which is basically, it's like inside it, it's got like coconut and I think it's like flaked almonds and honey, I think. And it's the worst thing I could ever imagine. I don't understand why you would have something really sweet with a curry. It just, to me, it doesn't go. But I do know a lot of people like it, and I feel like this is maybe verging on that. Although it's got so many sort of spices and herbs and salt and pepper and stuff in that it's not too sweet. I don't know what to do with these. Depending where you get it, yeah, because I think I've only tried, someone else got it and I tried a bit of theirs, and I just thought, I don't, like, maybe as a dessert, but I don't get why you would put it with a curry, because I would much rather just have like a regular naan or a garlic naan or a cheese naan or something. But it's not for me. Love a Peshwari. I mean, why? Like, so would you have it with a curry and like dip it in the curry? And what, do you know what else is in it? Is it just coconut, like flaked almonds and honey? Is that right? I feel like I've maybe made that up. Mince naan? Is that a thing? I've never heard of a mince naan before. And do you eat that with a curry, or do you just get a mince naan with gravy or something to dip in? That's a new one. But like that, I would be up for trying that because it's savoury. Cheese naan's best. Either cheese or garlic naan. But sometimes you get a garlic naan and you can't eat it because it's so garlicky. Or with curry. A mince naan with curry, that's impressive. Don't know about the honey. I might have made that bit up then. No, that sounds more like a baklava, and that's definitely not the same. It means more. I like your thinking. Yeah, that makes sense because it fill you up quicker. I don't remember ever seeing a mince naan on a menu. Obviously, I can't eat it, but I don't ever remember seeing one. I'll need to look out for it. And is it just? I'm trying to picture how this works. So presumably it's not in gravy in the naan. And is it in the naan or is it on top of the naan? So there's a whole world of possibilities out there. Right. What are we thinking about these? Okay, I'm going to move these out of the road and stick the, what did I do with my wee, oh there. Move these out the road and stick the curry sauce back on, because I'll be popping the cheese on top of the curry sauce anyway, and then it'll get mixed up. So as long as the curry sauce is nice and warm, that'll give the cheese a bit more heat again. And bring back our radioactive. It's in the naan. Okay, I feel like I could eat that. If I was allowed, I would definitely give that a go. But yeah, for me it's a cheese naan or a garlic naan all the way. Not this. I don't quite know what this is. Oh, you have got to love the joys of gluten-free. Whew, that was hot. At least they're starting to look less kind of sad and wet now. So I'm going to give them a minute or two And while they're trying to decide what they're doing, I am going to put together, I've got 3, that's quite good, a wee poppadom selection. Oh, what happened? Oh, purple coffin! Thank you very much for the raid, Purple Coffins. How are you today? Happy Friday. Woo! Yeah, I need to get like a wee raid badge or something. I have emotes that are pending, but I have no idea how long they're going to take because they've been pending for about a week. So hopefully I'll get them soon. Good, I'm glad. Were you gaming today? How did it go? Did you have a good stream? I'm attempting to make, well, I've made curry and I'm attempting to make naan. Mahneet, hello, hello. How are we all today? Happy Friday to everyone. I'm having a wee bit of a disaster. I feel like every time you a nice tweet. Ah, okay, that might be a good idea. I might try that because it's just frustrating me because they're just sitting there pending approval. I'm like, I really like them. Can I not just start moving them? It was a pretty chill stream. Nice, I'm glad. Oh, thank you. No worries. Enjoy your lurk. I know, no, to be fair, Purple Coffins, this happened long before you got here. This has been a bit of a fail for a while, so you're okay, don't worry. Doing well, almost the weekend. Exactly. Well, for me it is the weekend, and I've got my wee Indian beer on the go, so all is good. It's not, I promise. It's definitely nothing to do with you. I appreciate your raids every time. I think I've killed Shrek. That's what it looks like. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Shrek, but I wouldn't go that far. Oh, it's more this. These are like stones in Shrek's lair. I mean, maybe if I just show you them from far away, it might look okay. Oh dear, oh dear. But no, Purple Coffins, it's definitely not you. Please don't feel bad. Right, so while this is doing whatever it's doing, I might switch my camera over so you can see something different so that you're not sitting looking at a dead Shrek in a pot. And here, so we've got some, I mean, I don't even know how I would go about making poppadoms. I don't fully understand the process, but maybe it's something I could look into. Quite often they are made with chickpea flour. These are lentil flour, so I can eat them. And we normally just have them with like a few different dips. So my dips are probably slightly different than you would sort of traditionally have, but it's the ones I like. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of the cucumber raita. And then we've got some of our spicy onions. Oh no! I spilt. That's sad. Just cover it up. Don't tell anyone. And then I'm just gonna be really cheeky and use this mango chutney from a jar. I've never actually tried to make my own mango chutney. I actually have mangoes in the fridge, so I probably could have if I'd thought about it earlier. But it just came to me about 20 minutes ago. So we're going for a jar. But it is a nice dip, especially with the poppadoms, because it's nice and sweet and tangy. Oh, you are joking! I've now dipped each one of these in each of the other. Right. So that's a wee trio of poppadom dips. And then I'll do, how do I want to present the poppadoms? I don't think I've really got a nice plate to put them on. Maybe just break them up a wee bit. Are you a poppadom fan, Johnny? I used to love poppadoms, and then I got so paranoid because I was never sure if they were gluten-free or not, so I just stopped eating them. And then I found, well, my mum actually found these ones with lentil flour, and I'm so happy. It properly made my day. And that's when you know you really need to get out more. But yes, I was very excited. So that's quite a traditional kind of starter, appetizer. It's not really a starter, it's not like a full-on starter. Right, I'm gonna give up with the naans. I think they're cooked all the way through. I don't know what's gone wrong with them. They normally turn out so well. In fact, I'm gonna try another wee bit of one just to see. Or if I decide now that I'll sack that idea and do something else. Yes, a wee palate cleanser, an aperitif or a digestive. Oh, it's so hot. Actually, they don't taste too bad now. Really, really hot though. Yeah, no, I think they'll do. I have made better, but they'll do. Excuse me. Right, so I can start plating up the actual curry now. Stuff everywhere. Right, so we'll pop the poppadoms out the road and grab our bowl. I'm going to use this one, I think. So I mean, from a distance, that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that's alright, I've seen worse, so I'll take it. And then I'll spoon out some of the curry sauce. Aww, I'm making such a mess. I'm spilling stuff everywhere. Oh, the smell of this though, it smells so good. But now, thanks to Johnny, all I can think of is this looks like Shrek. There we go. And then we just want our little chunks of... Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, Johnny. I appreciate it. I don't want them all to sink. Stay. And then I think I'm tempted to leave it like that at the moment because that looks quite nice for my photos. And then this poured out the road. This is what I could do. Just a few bits of coriander. And I know a lot of people don't like coriander, but I absolutely love coriander. So I'm quite happy to put it on most things I eat and to put a lot on. A lot of people say it tastes like soap, but I don't think that's right. There we go. See, yeah, that looks quite nice now, I would say. So that's how we end it. Oh, hold on. What about the space? Where's the space here? I can see a space. There we go. There's our wee Indian feast. So we've got our Saag Paneer, which is the spinach and cheese curry. The paneer bits on top. Homemade. I'm going to do that again because it can be so much nicer. Our gluten-free naan, herby naan probably, herby garlic naan. And then we've got some poppadoms and some sauces to go along with the poppadoms, and of course a cheeky wee Indian beer. Oh, thank you very much. A wee feast, exactly. Thank you, Purple Coffins. So we got there eventually. It was quite a quick one though. Yeah, that really wasn't that long at all. So it is quite a nice curry. I like making it because it is quite nice and quick to make, and it is really tasty. And normally if the naans go to plan, the naans are really good as well. So I'm gonna redo the naans, not tonight, but I'll do them another day so that you can see how they should be. I mean, I suppose if you're not gluten free, you're not gonna get that kind of structure to it. It's gonna be a lot fluffier. Looks amazing, very healthy. It does, doesn't it? I feel like if something is that green, it has to be good for you. So yeah, and then I like the little dips with the poppadoms. I do enjoy it all together, and it's a lot cheaper than you would be if you bought it at the takeaway as well. And that's the thing, it doesn't take that long. So yes, I'm gonna go and enjoy this, I think, now. It wasn't a very long stream tonight. I'm not quite sure how I managed that. Must be the beer, that must give me a jump start. In fact, I'm going to take a few pictures first. And if anyone knows of anyone that we can raid, if anyone's on just now, let me know. I'll take suggestions. And if not, I'll have a wee look and see if there's anybody that I follow that's on just now. And we can go and have a wee nosy and see what they're up to. When the downtown lights start to come out at night, we go insane, and when I arrive I start to lose my mind. Nice. To chop some of this out. We should really... Oh, I've just realised what I forgot. Hold on. There's one thing that just... I hope it's still going to work, yeah. It makes it look even more authentic. You can tell this is for the food photographer in me. You probably can't even see the difference. See if you just, no, the light's obviously not hitting it now. Nah. But if you just put a little bit of butter, just sort of rub a little bit of butter on the naan, it just gives it a bit of a shine, which makes it quite a bit more appetizing looking. So I'm going to take another couple of pictures, and if anyone has any suggestions, let me know of who we can raid, and if not, I'll have a wee nosy. The thing is, my computer is just in the way of my photo. Can I deliver? My rates are quite high, Johnny. But if you're willing to pay, and I've had a bit of a drink, so that's not going to work tonight, but maybe another night. If we're allowed, you can come here and I can make you curry. Well, when we're allowed, eventually. Right. Oh, and that's good timing because that's the cats just appearing back again for me to feed them. So, if no one's got any suggestions, next time, yeah. No one's got any suggestions, I'm going to have a quick look and see who's on. This is the first time I've done a Friday evening stream, so I'm not sure who normally streams just now. Oh, Sultan's on. Let's raid Sultan. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. What's he making? Let me see. Oh, come on. It's so slow. Chill cooking Friday, no recipe, maybe boozy brunch, maybe chat decides, also cake. That sounds ideal to me. Okay, so I'm going to say cheerio just now. Thank you very much for watching again. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it got you in the mood for some curry. I hope everybody has a good Friday and a nice weekend, of course. Whatever you've got planned. I am excited to say the sun has come back out, so our social distance baby shower tonight might actually not be a complete washout, so that would be exciting. So I'm just gonna set up the raid just now and then we can go over, give Sultan a bit of love. And that's not worked. Hello, there we go. Thank you very much, Johnny, you too, and thank you, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Why is it not? We'll try it. We'll try it and see. But thank you, everyone, and hopefully see you again on Sunday at 2. And thank you for the raids, Johnny and Purple Coffins. It was much appreciated. And I will see you all soon. Go and enjoy Sultan's stream, and I shall see you soon. Did that work? Is it working? Why does it not come up? Hold on. There we go. Okay. Right, bye.
Crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. Copper confetti is raided. Hey guys. Welcome, welcome. Very good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. How did your stream go? What did you make today? Sorry I couldn't catch it. I was, yeah, getting ready for this. Yeah, if you guys haven't been following Copper Confetti, a new streamer here on Twitch. Based in the UK, up in Scotland. So very worth a follow if you like cooking streams. Made Saag Paneer, Naan and dips. That's right. I wanted to see the Saag Paneer. That's awesome. How did it go? And already got a row from Toz since it's no longer curry week. Aha. Well, it's not a curry. So I don't know how he can be upset. But he's a feisty guy. tomatoes out of the oven. So today, yeah, thank you very much for the raid. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for the follow. Are you Leon? Is that right? An anonymous gifter has gifted another 2 subs to Undamaged Pizza and Cosmicat. So thank you very much to the anonymous gifter, whoever you may be. Today I am making a kind of fridge
I'm quite happy with that.
choice, like what I've had left in the fridge this week, plus helping chat